Just getting started on a boiler replacement here. Going to be swapping out a Weil-McLain VHE boiler here. This is from the 80s. Power vent, draft induced 80%. No chimney on this house, so we're going right out through the rim joist with the vent pipe there. Going to make several improvements to this boiler. We got 4 zone valves. These are 2-wire white roder zone valves. One of them's been dripping for a while here, so we are going to be replacing all the zone valves, and we'll be moving the circulator to the supply and replacing all of this near boiler piping here, rewiring the zone valves. This is the feed wire. It's a piece of outdoor grade Romex that's just been swinging in the breeze here for years and years. Gonna get rid of all these old gate valves. Expansion tank will be changed out. This one has an indirect hot water tank that was installed a couple years ago by another company, and it runs off a zone valve, so I'm not going to mess with any of the piping here on this tank, but I'm going to change the way the boiler feeds it, make it work a little better. So over here I have the new boiler, and I'm just doing some preliminary piping, trying to get some stuff set up today. Going to try to change this thing out tomorrow. I prefabbed the new return header. I'm going to use some Honeywell zone valves instead. There's one particularly long loop on this system. This is a very large ranch house, so we have to push through about 12 feet ahead, so definitely going to use the 0015 Taco pump instead of the standard 007 that usually come with these things. That's just not going to be able to move enough water for us, so I'll show you what it looks like when we are finished. Well, we're just wrapping up the install here of the Weil-McLain CGI draft induced 85% efficient boiler. There's the old beast that we removed, and here we have replaced all of the near boiler piping and accessories on this system. So we added a low water cutoff. The old system didn't have one. We have our purging setup here, new air vent coming out of the air vent that's cast into the block here. So going down the supply, we're using the Khalifi fill and check valve that we normally use, number 30 expansion tank back down behind there. On this job we're using Khalifi's, it's a dirt and air and magnet separator here. So it does have a magnet here that can be pulled off so that you can skim off any magnetic fragments that have been floating around in the system. Basically the point of that is to protect this ECM circulator. These have very strong magnets in them, and they can suck up anything metallic floating through the system and can potentially jam them up. So like I said earlier, on this system we do have pretty high head. It's a particularly long loop, so we have set up the 0015 Takeo circulator, and I'm gonna run it on high because I do need to push through about 13 feet of head on this one, and we should just be able to meet our gallons per minute with this pump. So we rehooked the indirect hot water tank that was already existing. That is run off of a zone valve, and we pulled out the old zone valves and repiped them to a new header and rewired them and put a separate transformer in that's only for the zone valves. So we're pretty happy with this boiler.